How's it going? Blake here. Welcome back to the channel. On this episode,
we're gonna build this cart.
And we're gonna do it for under $100. Stay tuned. Okay, so went to a company I used to work for, and he had some scrap 10 gauge steel, so I just sheared a bunch of 3-inch pieces, broke them into 1.5" by 1.5" angles, made a couple of them 1 by 2. This is going to be for the bottle. So this guy, I just put 2 of them underneath the welder. Check the back, I got about 10 1/8. Check the front, I got about 10 1/8. So now I need at least 10 1/8 for this guy to fit nice and snug, and I want it to fit nice and snug. Cap it off on the front, build a little pan, legs down, simple pan on the bottom, and then clad it with aluminum after. All right, so picked up these wheels for $6 from Princess Auto. Put these on. It's definitely not the strongest I could have made it, but with the scrap I'm building it out of, it'll work just fine to hold a welder. All the strength needs to be held on the back by the bottles anyway. Tubing to go in between it. So the tubing will come up, 4 posts. All right, so since that last time lapse, a fair bit of time has gone by. What I've done was set up the welder, and I've used it. Tried my cart out, see how I like it. Very basic, very simple. Other thing I've added, had some scrap steel lying around, broke it up, just a little more support on the bottle, got a chain holding the bottle on. Radius that off, fits my small bottle perfectly. I won't ever keep a bigger bottle than this on here. If I do, I'll make a new cart. So I'm gonna do, pop this off, hit it with some rattle can paint, and then I'm gonna start forming up some sides. I'm gonna do them out of aluminum so they can be riveted on, and then I might dress them up just a little bit in the bead roller. Okay, got the cart up there, hit it with some primer. Got my measurements for the 2 side panels. This is 063 3003 aluminum. So I'm just going to do this kind of diamond pattern here. That's done. I also laid out the other side. Also going to check the primer on here, try to get a coat of paint on here. That's dry enough. Good enough. All right, well, it's the next day. I touched up some paint on the little bottle card here. That's drying. So I'm going to get the stuff set up and get to it. All right, so this tool is a bead roller, and this puts creases or engraves the metal. So I'm gonna do the borders, and then I'm gonna switch the dies, and I'm gonna start doing the quilt pattern, and then I'll raise and lower and get this panel done. And I'll also work on the other side panel too. So let's get to it. See how the light really reflects off that quilted pattern. I think it looks just awesome. Stiffens the panel up quite a bit too. So now I'm going to do the other panel to the same quilting pattern. I got the diamond quilts on both of them. I like the way it really reflects the light and adds depth to the panel. On the bead roller, have these dies, kind of like a 45 offset die. I like to mix them up. With about that spacing to start, we'll do one pass around the exteriors of both, and then I will widen the die spacing and add a little more pressure and then do another pass. Okay, well, it's actually a couple nights later. Cart is welded. Nice and simple, very basic. I got a couple more things to do. This is just going to be for the foot pedal. Lines going every which way, but once they're cleaned off, you're going to see that the checkers are going to match, and it should hold the pedal just fine once they get it broke up and riveted on. Okay, so bit of an update here. I got one side done. Quickly built this little pocket here. Just hold the foot pedal, will just slide in and out of there. Hold a bit of the cord too. This piece here, this will be like a shelf kind of coming out, and this is where the kind of torch and ground would go to. Hi. Okay. But it's riveted all the way around, even though you can see there's nothing underneath there. So what I did was kind of have this goofy little bracket built. It was over, down, over, and down. Gonna be the same one over here. And the thought is that I might have enough room just to build some sort of a shelf deal, just to have something slide out. On the bottom I just did an angle. Reason being, you can kind of see, hopefully it shows up on camera as bad as it is here. This isn't that bad. This material doesn't warp that bad at all. But unless you do something to straighten it out, then it's just going to warp. So I'm going to set the camera for this one. Rivet on all those pieces. Fabbed up these little brackets here. They'll kind of go on something like this. They can hold the TIG torch and the hoses. So get this done and bring you back. There we go. Holder for the torches, or for the torch and the hoses. All right, so it's another day. Found a couple of hours to come out to the hangar to get a couple things done on the cart. Got some pieces all broke up, ready to go. This will be for the ground. This will be for the rod holders. This will be the bottom. Got the top one set up here with some Clecos. Dimpled die in, so I'll get the nice 2-inch cylinder rod holders. Come down and sit on a shelf here. Nice and sturdy. Just a few rivets holding it on. Okay, so I just ran to the hardware store, bought the cheapest hinges I could find. These were $4. This little handle was $2. I measured up the door with allowing for the thickness of the hinges, and my outside measurements for after the metal bent is going to grow about a metal thickness. Laid out some diamond patterns. These are a little more elongated than the other one, but that's okay. And then an area for the handle to sit right around here, and then 1-inch bend all the way around. So I'm going to clean off my bead roller, and then I'm going to tip the edge to score it, and then I'll put in the cross pattern, and then I'll raise it up, notch the corners, bend it, mount it, get it done as fast as I can. roll it up. I really like how it reflects the light. So now notch the corners, bend it up, and then mount everything, clean up all these marks with acetone, and bring you back when it's all mounted. All right, I'm all finished. Let's have a look. Side's all done. This little door on the front. Place for the rods. Just love how the light reflects those diamond patterns. So, go over a few prices here. Because I said I wanted to keep this budget under $100. In sheet metal, the aluminum on the sides, the total cost of that was $42.21. This piece of metal on the back, it's just a light gauge steel. That was $6.25. For the 4 casters, I already had the 2 front because they came off an old toolbox. These ones were on sale at Princess Auto for $6 each, so I'm into the casters for $12. For the HSS on the sides, it was left over from old job. The price I paid on it was $2.80 a foot. So that came to about $22.40, I think is what it came out to. $8 in rivets, $4 on the hinges, and $3 on the little latch. And that's it. Grand total of about $89.86. For under $100, what do you get these days? Just took a lot of my time. So, go ahead, let me know what you think. Drop a comment, drop a like, share it if you would, and go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'm going to play fetch with Hank a little bit and get going to some appointments. So, see you on the next one.